Okay, just a quick post. I haven't posted for a couple of days, and I probably need to fill you in on physically mainly what's going on for me right now. It's day 26, Wednesday. I think it's about the 6th of Feb. Now I'm here at work. It's a little before 10 o'clock. I've actually got a 10 o'clock recording call, and this is going to be my first full day of work actually since I started the water fast. But since the weekend, I did that little post saying I had that 3 days or so in a row where I wake up feeling pretty good, and that's pretty standard for every day now. I'm waking up feeling okay, although it's taking a little longer to get going, I'm noticing. And so I get up, I have some water, I do my exercises, have a shower, and I feel pretty good. I could go for a walk, that sort of thing. But I'm finding that my energy levels are deteriorating quite quickly across the day. I'm getting fatigued quicker and quicker. By the afternoon, I'm generally needing a sleep, at least to lie down. And yeah, so there seems to be a transition period around the 20-day mark, I guess. There was this transition period from generally having reasonably for the circumstances, reasonably good energy levels, fairly constant across the day, and then sort of getting tired in the evening. And I'm now getting fatigued really quickly. So I've taken that as a sign, obviously, that I need to be getting a lot more rest. I need to be taking things a lot easier, just really pacing myself and just looking at my schedule and only really doing the things that are absolutely necessary. And the rest of the time, I really need to be, essentially, I need to be resting, sleeping, letting my body get as much rest as it can so that it can do what it's trying to do. Now, I know I've probably talked about this before in some of the posts, but I'm going to explain just again the health benefits of what I'm doing at present and what my body's doing at the moment. Now, long ago in the fast, my body used up all its general natural stores of fats and sugars and that sort of thing that it usually uses to break down into energy. Now, as all those stores disappear, the body obviously still requires something to break down to supply me with energy, and obviously it still is. So what's going on is now your body's not going to eat itself. All right, so I'm in no danger through this entire period. Let me assure you all that I'm in absolutely no danger of damaging myself. Okay, so I've had lots of people worried that I'm doing myself irreparable damage and harm and all that sort of stuff. Let me assure you that my body will not damage itself. What my body is doing at the moment is it's frantically searching around my body for anything foreign that it can break down. Now, I've got some booklets and everything, and I might actually try and get some time and write up some of the technical terms and explanations for all of this. But right now, I'll just give you the really basic, easy to understand explanation of what's going on. My body is essentially looking and finding anything at all inside that it can break down and utilize for energy. Now, what that means is that any foreign matter, any build-ups, say build-ups around my joints that can turn arthritic, is being broken down and used for energy. For a period a little while back, I actually felt a little bit hyper and like my blood felt, I can't describe exactly what it felt like, but that was probably a reasonable indication. And my heart rate was increased a little bit. My blood pressure was increased. Now my blood pressure is very low at the moment, generally, so I noticed this. And what that was an indication of was that all sorts of build-ups inside my arteries was being broken down and obviously entering my bloodstream and making me, I guess, maybe a little bit hypoglycemic or something. So that's a good indication too, that there's build-ups inside my arteries that are being broken down. Now, any other foreign tissues that could turn into tumours, into cancers, into all that sort of stuff, at the moment my body is utilising everything it can find. So that's the massive, massive health benefit that I'm giving myself at the moment. And as there's absolutely no concern for any long-term ill effects, but there's huge long-term good effects to what I'm doing, this is entirely a mind game. It's just absolutely a mind game. And I'm actually hitting up on the tough parts of that now as my fatigue levels increase, as I'm requiring more sleep, all that sort of thing. I'm also receiving many now, admittedly well-meaning messages, but lots of people essentially concerned for me and giving me outs, using phrases like there's no shame in giving up early and quitting early and listening to your body and all that sort of stuff. Now I understand that that's all very well-meaning, but that all plays into my mindset. So sometimes when it's really difficult and I'm feeling really tired and I just have to do something, there's that little thing in your head that just goes, there would be no shame in stopping now and everything, but that's not really the point of this. I've set a goal. I'm going to reach my goal, and I know that there's nothing wrong at all apart from the natural processes that my body is going through. And I've educated myself across the last number of years so thoroughly on this that I'm absolutely certain of the long-term benefits of what I'm doing. But I have been hitting up on some of those walls at the moment, getting some serious doubts at times about the validity of what I'm doing, and so that's where I am now. I'm in the serious minding game of this entire process. The first 20 days, to be absolutely honest, was not really that difficult for me, as I've done fasts before. I'm aware and have worked on my self-discipline generally across my life. So the first 20 days were not difficult psychologically. This next 20 days, I can tell, are going to be more of a challenge, but I have no doubt that I'm going to reach my goal, because that's the goal I've set, and that's basically the end of the story. Now, I was also going to share, there's some other interesting side effects of this fast going on at the moment. Obviously, my weight's dropping. My strength has decreased considerably. My fatigue levels are starting to increase. Now, all sorts of other healings are obviously going on. I've noticed my skin has cleared up like immeasurably. My eyes are getting clearer. Obviously, when I was drinking and that sort of thing, my eyes were terrible. They didn't look very good at all. And my skin overall, not just my face, but my skin all across my whole body was not in the best shape either. That's all clearing up. I've noticed even a wart that I had has disappeared, completely just gone. Now, much to my partner's dismay, my libido has also completely dropped through the floor at the moment. I'm guessing that that my body has just decided that sort of energy expenditure is absolutely unnecessary at the moment. So that's an interesting little side effect. But yeah, it just completely disappeared. I just have absolutely mentally I have plenty of interest still, but physically my body's just absolutely not interested. What else? I'm noticing that my water intake is starting to drop. I can tell that my stomach has shrunk considerably, So I'm unable to drink. I used to be able to drink a full litre of water in the morning. I can't do that at the moment. 2.5 glasses is plenty. And across the day, having to be more and more conscious of actually drinking. So I would guess that by the end of it, my water intake's probably going to have decreased below 3 litres. I'm conscious of keeping it at a reasonable level, but I'm not going to fight what my body's telling me. So that's another interesting thing. Now my phone is telling me that I've probably got a client here already, so I'm going to have to go. I might do some filming today. Actually, it's going to be a great session with one of the country's best violinists and arrangers, Mr. Nigel McLean. It's going to be a pretty cool day. So I'll chat with you later. But I just wanted to get this post in just to update you on where I am. So cheers.